thoughts create the feelings. So each time those thoughts come to our head, we create a scenario in our brain. So when we create a scenario, we are 100% in control of that scenario. So wherever we pick from to make things either better or worse, we choose. We choose to dig into a subconscious source of things that have happened to us, and we bring all this together, and that's how we're able to come to a conclusion. So perception is a really I think it's a really deep subject, and you really gotta get into it to really understand it. So the best thing would be to listen to neuroscience and psychology podcasts to get started with, and then maybe read some documentation if you're interested. And I can search and add some to you and send it to your email if you're interested. So I think it's really important to learn the awareness of our own perception, because it can allow us to have new visions, more opportunity in the future, better luck, better success, to improve everything in our life drastically. And it's possible. It's possible for everybody at any stage. It might be a little harder for some people who have absolutely zero mindfulness practice, or the zero 0 years of therapy. It will take a little longer, but it's not impossible. So let's say we're in a big crowd, and there's this big concert, and there's the musician playing, and there's the band playing, and they're singing, and there's all these different people in this concert stage. You have the cameraman, you have the person, the manager, you have the ticket holder, and then you have the crowd, and then you have the bartenders, all this. So something happened, maybe the stage get on fire, and then you have people's reaction. So everybody's gonna perceive that differently. Somebody who survive a fire is gonna perceive this moment very differently than someone who has never experienced that. So let's say it's just a small little fire, it's one little corner by a table, and it's just shut off really quickly. So you have a person who has had traumas who are not treated, who's going to scream, yell, disappear, be traumatized for the next month or two. You're going to have someone who is going to exaggerate, amplify everything, and bring stress to the people around them, because chaos is something that they don't have the fight or flight response available to them, the natural response. So they usually like to create more chaos. So there's the people who like, and there's also the people who like to who enjoy chaos. Chaos is part of their life. Chaos means everything is okay. And if my life is chaos, if everybody else's life is chaos, then I'm living in the real world, and it's fine. And that's just how some people function. So there's going to be those type of perception. They're gonna say, "Ooh, big chaos is happening. That means this is good." And then there's going to be the people who see this as, okay, we're gonna find a solution. This is just a little fire, and we're gonna shut that off. We're gonna reassure everybody, and we're gonna stand outside, and we're gonna try to help and reassure as many people as we can. And it's okay. We're gonna move on. We're gonna return their ticket, something like this. And then you're gonna have people who are automatically have a perception of danger means they gotta come and rescue everybody. So you're gonna have those type of people. We're gonna immediately, it's gonna be selfless. It's gonna be not about themselves. It's gonna be about helping the people in the room. So this is just a small description, but how things can go, how you can change your own perceptions of things. And the first step is to be able to acknowledge that it's possible that your perception might not be the only one that matters. That it's possible that there's other perception of the situation, of the environment that could be more close to reality. So the closest you can get to reality of an event happening, the closer you'll get to live a better life. And so it's not to say that you have to conform to one way and it has to be that way only. It's just being more open-minded and have just more elasticity in your thought processing, and that will go a long way. So let's talk about the mask that we wear on an everyday basis. And I'm not talking about the job that we perform and how we have to act when we have different positions, different roles in life, the roles of being a mother, roles of being an aunt, a role of being a director of an academy, a role of being a trainer, being a teacher, all this. Not talking about any of these. Those are roles that we have to take on for different jobs, functions, or different roles than we have, in our life. But mask that we wear is different. Mask is using a facial appearance and a physical appearance for as either an asset or meant for gain or just to be perceived differently, or just to be closer to this group or closer to this company, or just to get this or get that thing. A lot of people never actually look the way they actually look on the outside, and this is why it's so hard for some people to see how some human beings actually are, because they're using the attire when they wear, the good looks that they have, the charm, all this. So there's a lot of those people wearing those masks, using their personal mask to portray themselves as something that they're not, and that's maybe 60-70% of the population. So how do you know you're actually talking to an actual person that is standing in front of you, that is not, that have been, less, been actually authentic in front of you? It's hard. Sometimes it's easy to tell, but not always. I think there's a lot of actors there, and the people are really good at wearing their masks. They have been wearing them for 20 to 30 years, so it's going to be very hard to crack somebody's identity, a false identity, because they want to hold on. A lot of time they hold on to this face mask, face front, because they have used those to get access to all the things, and they always needed it. Maybe a foundation, maybe a fundraiser, maybe getting into politics, maybe getting all the men or the girls, or just getting power, getting all this stuff. So they're not necessarily it's not gonna be easy to crack or see. So it's gonna be very hard to see. But just knowing that there's a lot of masks out there, don't be and if I was talking to a younger crowd, I would say, don't be fooled by good, hair, and by good, makeup, or by somebody who looks wonderful, or somebody is looking perfect and is talking the way you want to them to talk, or because it doesn't always have to do with a look. Sometimes also have to do with the things that they say to you. So the people who usually wear a mask always gonna say the perfect things. They're gonna say the things that you want to hear, the things that makes you feel like you should trust them. That you're in a good hand. That they're reliable, and sometimes they do have a lot of backup to say that. So you could get on into a contract of sort with somebody and thinking for years, and those are people people of trust and never think any other way until something happens, and then you're like, oh no, how did I not know this? So always watch for the clues. If something too good to be true, it is. Maybe if somebody always chasing you, always know what to say, always say the comforting words that you want to hear, then that might be a sign that it's not real. Real make mistake, is not perfect. So you just kind of go like with this and your instinct as well. Yeah, I can go on and on for hours, but I don't want to bother too many of you out there. So anyway, thanks for listening, everybody, and I'm gonna try to get a guest next time, and I see you all next time.